So you may have noticed when we were going through here before, this area has all sorts of fun goodies on it, like this clearly movable mirror. Of course, they're going to make us fight for it. Oh, you little bastard. Strange how he impales him on the back end of the spear. Okay. That makes it much more simple. Anyways, you can see over there there's a mirror. And if we shine the light on it, it will reflect down this hallway, and it will reflect onto that pedestal with nothing on it. So, that certainly won't help us. Instead, we'll just push it over this way. Which, of course, opens a door. Now, in some ways, the Light Temple, or Light Forge, is very, very similar to the Darkness Forge. We're still manipulating light here. Just more so, really. There's also a lot more combat. Now this big guy here, this is a greater thrall. This is the guys I was talking about before. You can see they have a bigger shape and they definitely have a much larger weapon. Also a little bit more spry and have more, well, they can take more damage and they certainly dish out more damage as well. Now, of course, you'll notice he's using our mirror friend as a shield. I don't know why I picked this up. There we go. So, now that we have the mirror, we can go ahead and place it on one of the pedestals and get further into the main room here. Another thing you may or may not have noticed from the previous forge is that whenever you pick up one of these, well, it doesn't really even have to be a mirror, but anytime you pick up one of these things, no enemies will attack you. Now, unfortunately, we can't get over to that pedestal due to this big-ass gap, because when you're carrying something, you can't actually fly. All you can do is jump. But we can place it up here on this pedestal. I suppose the not being able to fly thing makes sense, considering Raziel sort of has to stretch out his wings with his hands. I mean, it's not like he has bones in there anymore. Kain sure managed to take care of that. Alright, let's refocus this light a little bit. And yay, it's a whole new area. Now this place spawns a lot of guys. I'm not even slightly going to deal with that many guys, especially considering the fact that I know that there's another gate you have to go through here anyways. So really, what's the point? So this area holds quite a few little things for us to do. First up, of course, we need a soul before we can transfer back over. Oh, you little punk. Of course you're not going to leave me alone. Wow. Thought it would have gotten me a little bit there. Sweet. I'll take it. Anyway, first things first, we need to find a way to get into the material realm. So conveniently, these pillars happen to be perfectly placed for us to jump up here. I don't know, every time this happens, I just feel like they missed an opportunity for us to be in this material realm first and have to figure out to move over to the spectral realm to progress. But, you know, whatever. A lot more slew out here that I'm just not going to deal with. And Instead, we'll just head back into the real world. They use this guys jumping out of the ground in a long hallway trick a few too many times. And to be honest, we haven't even seen the worst one yet, so, you know, more to look forward to, I guess. So, as with everywhere else, the urn is of course guarded by Shade, whose spirit then falls into the bowl once you've killed it. Best thing about the Darkness Reaver is, honestly, the Reaver stops making that annoying noise. Set her ass on fire. Haha. Oh, that didn't help me any. Love that jump and pull them apart animation. Anyway, we need to pull this block out so we can get back up there in a bit. And of course there's a Shade here too, because we gotta protect this door. I don't know. It happens at pretty much every door with an elemental symbol. It's still kind of strange. Anywho, now that the door is open, we actually don't need to go any further back that way, because we'll be looping around in a second. Instead, we need to head back to where we were just a few moments ago when we started this mess. And a lone vampire decides to brave it. With the spider ducking abilities, it was probably a bad decision, and next time I'd recommend you just stick in the ground. Same with you, actually. Okay. Another darkness bridge. And of course they throw a sorceress here, so you just have to jump over the bolts. So the trick to these mini-boss style encounters is that you really only have to kill the main guy. Once he's dead, the other two just duck right into the dirt. But anyways, we've got our mirror. And thankfully it places us right here, so we don't have to worry about jumping across. And we also have a Darkness Reaver, which means we can open up these two rooms here. The Light Shrine is a little bit circular, so it's kind of easy to get lost every now and then, especially if this is your first time doing this. The part where you actually have to pull out the block and head back up to create that darkness bridge, that got me the first time I was coming through here. But once you kind of get the pattern down, it's pretty simple. Not sure how many times we actually see this in future dungeons, but yes, putting the Reaver into that stone block will make it go down. And now we can redirect the light. And that's one crystal illuminated. Thankfully, everything is pretty much set up to just go ahead and illuminate the other crystal really simply.